And welcome back to Cigar Time for this beautiful. I don't even know what it is.
You're friendly.
Cut!
We don't do
Cigar
cuts
Time,
around
your
here.
friendly neighborhood TV show all about premium cigars.
There you
And
go.
laundry.
And laundry.
And laundry. It's crazy.
I thought this
So welcome back. Thank you.
Gran Republica.
I was doing the wrong intro to the wrong show.
Save that for later.
Yeah, later. So
What other show do you do besides the Saturday show?
Saturdays. Well, that's the intro I was going to do.
Oh.
You've been on the Saturday show
I know.
that we do on Wednesdays.
I know.
I know. Welcome back. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're smoking this is new to
Brand new. It's
brand new
new to
cigar.
everybody.
It's a Bolivar Gran Republica.
Gran Republica.
Yes.
you guys
Paul,
have
do you know
both
about it?
parts of the name. Oh, you mean as far as the blend?
The blend, yes.
I do not. I can find out really fast.
All right.
I'm gonna wait a second, 'cause if the blend's
Paul's
not
doing that,
right,
let's
I'm
give
not
our first
smoking.
impressions.
We're relatively new to doing this show.
Yes.
So I can understand
Yes,
not
yes,
having it.
yes.
10 years.
It's like me. Oh, while it's still fresh in my mind, tomorrow, Forged event in Fraser from 1 to 5.
And tomorrow's they
Tomorrow's
won't-
Thursday.
Oh yeah, they'll be there. These cigars will be there. Shut up.
I can never remember which are Forged and which are General.
This is Forged. The same company.
I know, but
They get their checks from the same people.
who do you call them for General stuff?
Nobody right now. I just sent it to Cameron. So, a little bit of inside information there, but where is it and what store again?
Fraser.
Fraser from what time?
1 to 5 tomorrow.
Forged.
And what are the other?
Jim Murray will be there.
Yeah. What are the other cigars Forged has? Los Stados.
Los Stados. They have
Is it do they have the Hoya and the Punch?
Partagas. No.
Partagas.
They have Diesel.
The Alec Bradley.
Alec Bradley.
Alex Bradley.
No, Alec Bradley.
I can never remember since they split the two up.
I know. Forged. El Rey del Mundo. They have La Gloria Cabana.
La Gloria Cubana. I've heard of that.
Yeah. Good stuff.
We're vamping here while Paul figures out how to use the internet.
Paul's incredibly slow.
The interweb.
Here we go.
The interweb. Bless you.
Ugh.
Boy, do we have bad Wi-Fi in here.
In the back here.
Yes. Okay. It's a Brazilian. No. It's an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper.
Cloud Grown.
Probably.
Probably. A Brazilian Arapiraca binder and fillers from Colombia, Brazil, and Nicaragua.
Oh, there you go.
The Arapiraca, is that the one that they bury in the ground and it's like in a big tube and they peel pieces off?
No, that's the stuff. That's Braganca. That's what
Braganca,
they
okay.
use in the Amazon basin.
Right. There are other companies that are using that too now.
Well, if they can find it and if they can wait long enough for it, or they can lie about it.
They could be lying about it, yeah.
I mean, cigar companies say they're using this or that, or come up with a new name for an old tobacco and just say, oh, we're the only ones that have. I mean, that happens.
Yeah, that's true.
Piz, do you know this light's out?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I was wondering why it was so dark.
Or can you see us okay?
Yeah,
Oh, well.
As long as you can see those guys.
most of the lighting.
I didn't do it today. It was already done when I got here. I usually do
It's
do
unplugged.
it. It's unplugged, that's all.
Good point about this cigar. too,
Technical
is that
difficulties,
it's a-
sorry.
It's a sub $10 brand,
Yes.
which is amazing.
What is the retail on this one? Is it more than the
It's more than a Cofrida, but not.
A
it's not-
Robusto is $7.99.
Yeah.
Okay.
This size,
I'll have to
the
wait till I get
Toro
rid of all the
MSRP is $8.29 for a Toro.
Because
there we go.
for a
Thank you.
$6, $6.50 cigar for the Robusto and the Cofrida is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a great value, but I'm hoping this one's better.
I
It's
think-
definitely darker.
I think it's much better.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
I think this. I don't want to say. I'll tell you later.
That's just a big Toro.
It is.
Is that a 56?
No,
54?
54. Yeah,
Seems bigger.
it does.
Are you sure that's the?
I think because it's a 6 and a. I think it's 6 and a
6 and a
half.
quarter.
6 and a quarter. Yeah, it's bigger than 6 inches.
So you say.
That's right. On a good day.
At the
that's-
circus,
that's-
at the circus with the House of Mirrors.
Dude, that's like 4. This is just a Rothschild. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, this is 10 inches, isn't it?
I think the wrapper on this is gorgeous. It's dark. It does not seem like a Maduro.
No.
It's really oily.
No, I was just going to say the opposite. I don't think it's that oily.
I don't think it's. Mine's not that oily.
Well,
Actually,
It's
mine.
got a
Like-
nice sheen
it-
on it.
When I think of an oily cigar,
Great
I think
Charlie.
of an
Actually, yours
LFD.
is oilier than mine.
well, that's extreme.
They're oily.
Yes.
Which
What-
ones?
What's that?
An LFD. That's
Oh,
an
yeah,
oily
yeah, yeah.
cigar.
Yeah.
Delicious, but oily.
Are there any FDA regulations you've heard? Any legislation coming down the path? This, like last week, that's all we talked about.
No, nothing
Nothing-
new.
nothing
No,
new.
but the CRA met with the FDA, or they were making comments on. I was reading about this morning, but it didn't. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's done. I mean, they vacated the deeming regulations,
Good.
so we're good to go right now until the FDA decides to try it again. Which
Remember,
won't be this year.
it'll be a while because it's the government and they move very slowly.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I think the CRA was making a case like, you guys, this is like why are you trying to do anything? You've said yourself this is like it's like number 5 in your priority list out of all the things that you have to do, and it's not as like the health risks aren't what you thought they were, and children aren't really smoking premium cigars.
So why
So
do they
this
get
is
involved?
their conclusion. So why would they revisit the issue?
Exactly.
I think that's what the CRA, the Cigar Rights of America, who represent retailers and also consumers, that's what they were talking to the FDA about. Like, look, I mean, there were some other things, but that's what sticks out in my mind. Again, I can't remember far back. I read it this morning.
This morning.
It's a long time ago.
Exactly. You know, Paul. You know.
So this cigar, actually, both parts of the name have historical significance.
I was just going to ask you.
Simone and Bolivar.
No.
You were going to.
Simone
Tell us-
Bolivar and Gran Republica has significance also.
What are 3 words?
So
Yeah. Exactly.
Bolivar as a cigar brand has been around a very long time. It was one of the early Cuban brands once they started branding. And of course, it's been a non-Cuban brand controlled by General Cigar for a long time as well. But who is Simón Bolivar, and why does he have a cigar named after
Was he
him?
from Venezuela?
Gee whiz, yes, I think he
And I
was.
can't pronounce it, but he's got like a really
Yeah.
long weird name.
Yes, he does. Simón José Antonio de la
you knew
Santísima
this.
Trinidad Bolivar Palacios Ponte y Blanco. That's his name.
That's a good name for a book.
That hurt.
A movie.
He was born in the 1780s.
For me.
He was born to a wealthy American-born family whose roots were originally from Spain, but his parents were American.
Well, sort of, but yes, no. British, because back then there was no America.
Yes,
No,
there
this
was.
was the 1780s.
1776.
1780s. He said you said his parents. His parents were born before 1776.
You
His
don't know
parents
that
were
for
from
sure.
Spain. They
Yeah.
moved here.
Yes.
And
they were
became-
immigrants,
they
and
became-
they became citizens.
They knew to the colonies,
Okay.
as they were then called. They were
Okay.
they were on the Mayflower.
So you're right, they were British.
Thank you.
But they're referred to as American-born
Okay.
because they were born in the Americas.
Well, you said they were Spanish. They came,
They came from Spain.
The
Spain.
parents did.
So they're
he was
Spanish.
born. He was born
Spanish.
in America.
Anyway, so he was born to this wealthy, politically connected family in Caracas, Venezuela, although it wasn't called Venezuela back then. What happened was he was deeply personally opposed to Spanish rule in the Americas in general. He couldn't really do anything about it until Spain got involved in the wars with Napoleon, which distracted their money and their military completely from the Americas. So he took that as his opportunity to try to fight for the freedom of all of the countries in the Americas. The first place he went was actually called New Granada, and it was on the east coast of South America.
Okay.
Eventually, we fought a war there
Right.
in Grenada. Anyway, he lost that war, and he got banished from South America completely by the Spanish government, and he wound up living in Jamaica and Haiti in exile. And while he was in Haiti, he met with this French-born Haitian general who decided that he liked him a lot and liked his position and gave him, back then there was actually a Haitian military, gave him big military support. And they were able to first go back to New Granada and defeat the Spanish. And then they went to Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Peru, Panama, Bolivia, and liberated all of them. And he became the president of all of them. And
That's the empire.
it became one country originally. And what was it called? It was called the Republic of Colombia, or the Gran Republica, which is where the second part of the name comes
Look at
from.
that.
Yeah, I
Look
see
at that. So Gran Republica was a whole collection of countries that for a while was one country. Then they split up, but he was the president of all of them. He was elected as the president of all of these countries.
Is that why there's so many different blends of tobacco in this cigar?
I don't know that, but it would really be interesting if there was tobacco from
If you-
all of
if you
those
cross-reference
countries.
it, yeah, I was just thinking that.
It's not the case, but it would be a great idea
It would be.
for a historically significant cigar.
Would make sense. The name would make more sense. But okay.
So late in his life, he became disillusioned because all of the political leaders in the countries that he was president of all wanted to be radically leftist, not dictatorships, but they wanted to move in a radically leftist direction. So he became opposed to all of them. And one by one, he gave up the presidencies of each of these countries until he was all done and he wasn't the president of anything. And then he died of malaria and tuberculosis.
So, I guess the question to me begs, being having had Cuban Bolivars, why did what was the tie into Cuba?
None. But he was a cultural
Really?
hero in all of Central and South America and the Caribbean.
So
He was considered the liberator of the Americas. In
Okay.
total.
Even though he didn't fight for Cuba or anything, or was Cuba called something different then?
Well, it was a colony of Spain, so when they finished defeating Spain in all of these places, I don't think Cuba was yet independent, but they viewed him as a liberator. Cuba didn't become independent until not the Cuban Revolution that we think of, but there was a Cuban Revolution in the late 1800s. Interestingly, it was led by the Cigar Rollers Union in Cuba, as was the Second Revolution. Under Fidel, the first public organization that supported his revolutionary efforts was the Cigar Rollers Union.
Oh, nice.
kidding. I
They
didn't
have
know that.
been politically important in Cuba virtually from day one.
So where does the tie-in between Bolivar and cigars come in? Is there any?
No.
So he had
They
nothing to do with cigars.
No, they
But
just
they-
named
They
it
just
after
named
him
it after
because
him.
he was the great hero of all of the countries that grow tobacco in,
I see.
That's a
in the
really good
Americas.
question.
I know it was. That's why I said it. No, stop.
Are we going to have some initial comments about this
I
cigar?
don't know. You were
Yeah.
talking about the thing.
Yeah, we can't get
Well,
you to
I
shut
can
up.
stop now.
No.
No,
He's
no,
done.
you promised 20 minutes.
He died.
Didn't he?
He got the
He's still
dead
no.
part.
He's still alive.
All right.
Moose, what do you think?
mild to medium. Got good flavor. Get a little floral. Like, there's something else there, but I can't quite tell what it is yet.
Paul?
I've actually smoked several of these. I was lucky enough to taste them before they were released because Jim Murray gave me an early one. I like this a lot. But for initial comments, the construction is fantastic. It's firm without being hard to draw at all.
Right.
It kicks out tons of smoke.
It's not over under.
Not even slightly. It is mild, but the flavors that come through are really, really good. I think there's some sweetness there. There's a very light hint of spice, like peppery spice, just a hint, and baking spices. I get a lot. I like this.
Scott?
I get predominantly like vegetal. Like it's
Vegetable.
yeah. I mean, when Moose said floral, I was like, oh, maybe that's what it is. But now it's more like vegetal, and I did get some sweetness that immediately made me think of pipe tobacco, like not not overly flavored, like black cherry, but that that sweetness, and I don't know if it's
That's
from
tobacco
Lacadia or
sweetness.
Yeah.
Virginia barley or whatever. I don't know much about.
Barley, not barley.
See, this is why I can't take the stupid test.
That's right.
And why won't you take the test?
For the same reason.
Same reason, because I don't know anything about pipes.
Nothing about pipe
No.
tobacco.
Pipes are
I'll
not
fail
that big.
that.
They're
Which
made of wood.
test
You
are
stuff
we
shit in
talking
it.
about?
The TU,
Yeah.
Tobacconist University.
Tobacconist University. Won't take the test because I don't know anything about pipe tobacco.
No, and I'm not taking it
And,
because if I
and-
fail, and I'm never going to live it down with you.
I know.
Which is the reason you won't take it too.
That's exactly right.
Although I should take it just in pass, I'll get somebody to do the pipe part for me, just to put the pressure on you, put the screws to you. Then you would have to do it.
I know.
Oh God, the pressure would be intense.
Will he crack?
See, maybe
Crap
it's
for
a new
anybody.
strategy. Maybe do it just to screw Rob.
And then when you fail,
I won't tell you.
you're such a dumbass.
Well,
So anyway,
Yeah.
I don't find it mild at all. I mean, it's not strong, but I would give it at least a 2.5, maybe even 3
Really?
on a scale of 1 to 5.
2.5 max to me.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is to
Yeah,
me
2.5.
it's a 2.
That's medium.
To me it's a 2. It's right in the middle of the mild medium range. I cracked my cigar.
Squeezing it.
I know.
Oh, it's
Proving that it
delaminating.
wasn't over under,
Yeah, it was delaminating.
you want a
Cut that out.
biodegradable
No.
shipping peanut to fix
No.
it?
No, that's okay. Thank you.
For you folks out there
Nuh-uh.
who wonder often about what to do with a cracked cigar or when the wrapper peels a little bit, the easiest thing to do is you take the biodegradable shipping peanuts, not the regular styrofoam ones, the
Right.
biodegradable ones. They're made of pure cornstarch. They have no flavor, no odor. They don't affect the burn. You're not inhaling something nasty. And it dries really fast.
Yeah.
So what you do is you take that shipping peanut, you dip it in a tiny bit of water, and you rub it on the spot that you want and press the tobacco down. And within seconds, it's sealed up, and you'd never know
Yeah. And you can eat it afterwards
if you feel like
if
it.
you feel like it.
Or blend it into a dish that you're cooking and make sauce out of it, like you use cornstarch.
For those
in
of
the
you who
sauce.
have boxes of shipping
Ship-
peanuts
yeah,
just
peanuts
sitting
just
around,
laying around, yeah.
Which is probably, it's got to be.
Well,
probably
we do.
everybody.
Yeah, we do.
I
I'm
hate
I'm
when
getting
we
a
use those.
toasty nuttiness flavor from the cigar.
I just started getting like I don't know if it's almond or
I
a
don't-
different
it's
nut,
a nut.
but it's
I just
a
don't
nut.
know. I don't know. I can't identify which nut it is, but it's.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Shut up, Bruce. But yeah, I'm getting that and toastiness. I'm getting a little bit of pepper on the front of the tongue, but not a lot. That's my initial impression. So, anything else about Bolivar?
One other thing. All of the support that he got for all of this military action, aside from the guy in Haiti, He got it from wealthy people all over South America who were opposed to slavery, because he was vehemently opposed to slavery and said that any country that his military managed to defeat the Spanish in, the first thing they would do is abolish slavery, which made him popular with some people and very unpopular with other people, like the slave owners.
Obviously. Huh. Okay.
He married a woman whose name was almost as long as his. Maria, oh, where is the second half of her name?
Sorry.
Maria, I'm sorry. Maria Teresa Rodriguez del Toro y Elisa.
What was the first name again?
Maria.
Maria.
I got it after I said it. I'm like, dumbass.
She died within a year of when they got married from yellow fever.
Really?
Yeah.
Not from
Yeah,
cigars?
that was a big deal in South America back then. Yellow fever was a major problem. And once it was a major problem for me, although it affected a cigar that you hate, so it doesn't matter as much. But
Don
You-
Mateo.
no, I used to, the magus. The reason I had to stop making the magus was
Because it
because
was horrible.
the swamp that the tobacco came from suffered from a yellow fever outbreak. And the government of Ecuador actually quarantined the whole swamp and said nobody in, nobody out. And that went on for years until they eradicated the yellow fever in that swamp.
Must have been a ton of tobacco ready for you then.
By then the brain was dead.
You didn't like
You
that
know,
cigar?
not being able to
liked
make it for 3 or 4 years just killed it.
I think I still. I'm sure I've said this before. I'm pretty sure I still have one sitting around.
I'm the only one who doesn't like that cigar.
I would pay money to get that cigar from you.
Well,
I haven't-
what else are you going to pay with?
Some other
More
cigar.
cigars.
Whoa, 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 whoa! It's like I thought this is a family show. Don't go there.
No, I'm not
I'm
paying
not.
that.
I think we're all good with that.
This is annoying me now.
So I think the guy from Haiti that helped him out should have a cigar named after him too.
What was his name?
Alexander Petillon,
Sounds Italian.
French. Because everything in
Same thing.
Haiti is French.
That's true. Interesting. Anything else going on?
No.
This thing puts out a boatload of smoke.
Yes, it do.
You guys, you like this one better than the Cofrida?
Yes. The Cofrida is deeper and richer.
Yes.
But I think the flavors in this are more complex and interesting.
I think the Cofrida is milder than this one.
Really?
Yeah.
In
think that's
strength,
more of a-
maybe, but it's got a lot more body to
Do
it.
you happen to know what the wrapper is on the Cofrida?
No, but if you want to wait an hour or so, I can figure it out.
I got nothing but time.
Well, we got
Cut.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I like that one. I do. I like it better.
You
Yeah,
guys
I
are-
agree with the richer, but I think that's where the flavors are.
You guys were talking about a baking spice. I think I nailed it. Nutmeg.
I think you're right.
That's what I'm getting. Which would give it the nutty quality.
The nutty flavor that I'm getting, yeah.
And the baking spice that you're getting.
Good call there, Moose.
It took me a while, but I figured it out.
If you have to go to the flavors, you go to a chef.
Absolutely.
Good idea.
They used to call me Chef No-Tell.
Chef no tell.
Yeah, no-tell when I'm cooking.
No telling.
Yeah, you know what? I think
Everything about
I'm
it but the
getting that
blend.
on more on the retro hail.
What?
And actually, just retro hail, and all of a sudden my mouth is tingly, like after you have like a red pepper flakes, like on a slice of pizza or something.
You put the wrong end of the cigar in your mouth again.
Yeah. I told you about. I started lighting the head of a cigar,
I've done that too. I've done that recently, like a month ago.
and the guy was like, this was in Vegas, and the guy stared at me, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's my first cigar." He goes, "Really?" I'm like, "No."
Your first cigar of the day.
I'd know to that too.
Where were you in our?
At the Casa de Monte Cristo in Vegas. Wow, this is great. Why am I here?
Sooner or later, something.
This
Here we go. The wrapper is in Ecuador, Sumatra. The binder is Connecticut broadleaf. That's probably where a lot of the flavor comes from. The filler is Honduras and Nicaragua. That's the Cofradía blend. Or Cofradia, depending on where you come from.
Yeah, I'm getting this sour note or tanginess or something from the. I think it's from the wrapper. So that it'll be interesting to try this with a different wrapper. Or
I don't know.
I think there might be a little bit of young tobacco in here that might be affecting what you're tasting. And I suspect this cigar would age up really nicely
Okay.
if you stored it for a while.
All right, let's give our final thoughts and put a number on it there, Moose.
Again, the flavors we've already discussed. I'm enjoying it. It's well constructed. It's burning evenly. It puts out really good smoke. I'm giving it a 9.5.
Oh, very nice. Paul.
I find that the flavors remain the same, but since they're all, it doesn't change up, but since the flavors are all good, I don't mind that at all. Like I said, the construction is perfect. I'd give it a 9.5 also. I really like it.
wow, strong ratings. I was just thinking the same thing you said, Paul, about the flavors remaining the same. Still getting that vegetal, although I did that pipe tobacco thing I talked about was very fleeting. It was just like one or two puffs and then it just kind of went away. I am getting now through the retrohale. I'm getting, it's affecting my mouth more. It's almost like a red pepper because I'm feeling it on my cheeks and on the front of my tongue.
The retrohale is pretty hot.
Yeah, that's a great way of describing it. Yeah, you're right.
Although you didn't sneeze.
No, I didn't.
I'm
I sneezed a
tempted
lot
to
on the way
sneeze.
here. I don't like it as much. It's good. I don't like it nearly as much as you guys. I'll go with an 8.75.
Harsh.
No, that's a good rating.
It's a good rating.
No, I meant the retrohale.
I'm getting the same notes that everybody else is getting. The toastiness. Well, nobody else said toasty, but the nuttiness, the nutmeg. It's very good. The retrohale is very pleasant. I like it. I give it a 9. I think it's a good cigar. I think it's a really good cigar, and we just got them in, and it's excellent. And nothing to do with the rating, but the price is really good too. So
Nothing to do with the rate.
nothing to do with the rating.
Nope.
So don't forget one of the events again.
Just tomorrow, Forged, which featuring the Bolivar in Fraser from 1 to 5.
1 to 5. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Don't forget our Cigar Time Outlet Show, which is next. And
Smoke
Thanks for
them if
watching.
you got 'em.
Smoke often.
Ciao for
smoke
now,
happy,
everybody.
Smoke a
Life's too
Bolivar.
short to smoke cheap cigars.